Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, checking out the new Acer Liquid E700 at Computex 2014. And what we have right here is a very special handset because this is actually a triple SIM smartphone with pretty decent specs. But first, let me tell you about the general hardware. We're talking about a 5-inch screen right here that has a 720p resolution. It's an IPS panel. It is a pretty bright screen and it does have pretty good viewing angles since it's an IPS panel. Although it looks like a dual speaker setup, we only have one speaker. That's the one at the bottom right there. The design might remind you of the flagship smartphones of another Taiwanese company whose name happens to be HTC, I guess. But Acer is trying to differentiate from that with a bunch of special features. For example, they're integrating a front camera with 2 megapixels and an LED front flash right here. So even for selfies, they have a flash on the front. If you ever feel like taking selfies in the dark, there you go. That's Acer's got your back right there. What else is there? There's 1 gig of RAM in here, 4 gigs of onboard flash storage based on a MediaTek MT6582 1.3 gigahertz ARM Cortex A7 SoC in this case. So pretty, well, medium specs. Let's call it a mid-range smartphone. The device is weighing in at 160 grams, and that's special because this device actually has a 3,500 milliamp hour battery. And although it has this huge battery, it's actually pretty thin and, yeah, definitely a slick looking device. Totally made out of plastic, but doesn't feel cheap or anything. It's coming out for just under 200 euros. It's starting at 199 in Europe when it's available in July. I guess for the US market, you're looking at pretty much the same price, only in US dollars, so it's $199 would be my guess whenever or if it ever makes it to the US. What's also pretty interesting about this one is that this is, although it's a MediaTek device, like all the other Acer devices on MediaTek's platform, it's actually running Android 4.4.2 KitKat, so they have actually managed to move to KitKat with support of MediaTek because they have a very, very deep partnership with the Taiwanese chip manufacturer. Let's take a quick tour around the device. So we have these capacitive touch buttons down here. There's also the option to activate the on-screen buttons in the menus. Down here you have a front-facing speaker. So Acer is trying to put front-facing speakers on most of their smartphones this year. On most of them they actually manage that. There's only the Jade where it's on the back actually. Then that 720p IPS panel I told you about, again, looking like a speaker but not really being a speaker. That's the earpiece up here, camera and flash right there. We have the power button up on top. Right next to that is the 3.5mm headset jack, and on the side you get the volume rocker down there and the micro USB port also on the side here. There's nothing on the bottom, but you can remove the back, and nothing on the left. On the back we have an 8 megapixel camera combined with a flash, and this is again Acer's quick button. So if you press that button there should be some app launching. I guess in this case it's the camera app, yeah, right there. They're using their own camera app, but since it's not a final version, I'm not going to show you that. If you remove the back, and I have done that on another model I have right here, you see one of the special features on this, which is the triple SIM setup. So you can actually throw in 3, I think, micro SIMs are what these are. So you can have up to 3 different SIM cards on this device. There's also a micro SD card slot right there, and again the camera. Well, yeah, that's been my quick look at the Acer Liquid E600 here at Computex 2014. I was rolling with Mobile Geeks. If you like this video and want to see more from Computex, subscribe to the channel and make sure you give us a thumbs up. See ya.